so impressed with his entrepreneurial spirit. We had to have him back to see how his business is faring. Nick Planeta of Durham, a student in civil engineering at Quinnipiac University, is a woodworker well beyond his years. His business that he started in high school, aptly so, is called Planeta Woodworking. He does beautiful custom work, and his orders are growing for all kinds of things. Nick, welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. All right, so you're a civil engineer at Quinnipiac University. This is your sophomore year. How are you doing that and all of the woodworking that you're doing?
It takes a lot of work, but it is it's kind of a stress reliever to be able to do my homework and then work on something like this, because I could be creative and basically create anything out of wood to any level of detail.
All right, let's look at some of these things. We have a camera up above. You brought in some magnificent cutting boards. Let's start with this one, which, let me get this out of the way so you can see it. All right, this is not wood, this is wood. Explain what this is.
Yeah, so this is actually a couple pieces of black walnut. It's live edge, so in comparison to a normal piece of lumber that's all straight on each side, this is like as it was cut from the tree. And then this is epoxy resin, which is poured as a liquid, and then it cures through about 72 hours it takes to cure. And it's kind of like a hard plastic surface.
It's just beautiful, and it is so soft. How many sandings?
There's probably about 8 different grits we sand with that one.
All right, let's move on to this.
So this is a partnership we started with a company in Durham, Chapman.
Which is where you are.
Yeah, it's Chapman Manufacturing. They make precision screwdriver bits and sets. They usually have their sets in plastic, but we started a partnership with them to make gift sets, so that these are high quality heirloom versions of their kits, and they have all the bits, and they're made out of genuine hardwood. This particular one is cherry, and we have magnetic closure on them, and their logo engraved on them.
Since 1936 in Durham, right?
Yes. Yep.
All right. Here's another cutting board. These are all inlaid. This kind of work is just crazy hard. How long does it take you to make these boards?
Well, something like this, where it's just kind of more on the basic side of the stripes, doesn't take as long. It still takes multiple glue ups to
now
get
you're just
to
being
that.
Modest.
But something like this, it probably requires like 6 or 7 different glue ups, and it starts as a striped board like this, and then I typically cut them on different angles and then glue it up together, straighten up all the sides.
And then you brought in little ornaments that you make as well. All right, so how can we order what you're making, or is it all custom?
I do a ton of custom work, whether it's from engraved cutting boards or signs, but I also do stock items like this. They're available on my website, which is planetawoodworking.com, and I also sell them at a local store in Durham, Durham Pharmacy. I partnered with them, and I have a display set up there with some of the cutting boards and signs.
Now you also do cabinet work.
Yeah, so I do.
See, we're looking at this, right? This is stunning.
I do some bigger work when it comes to, it's not just cutting boards. These are good gifts for weddings and around the holidays. But I do, custom cabinetry, furniture, coffee tables.
My gosh. All right, you're a civil engineering student. Are you getting any feedback from professors? Do they know what you're doing, and are they helping you along with your business at all?
I've taken a couple classes that are business related that kind of help me on the business aspect of things.
Smart.
And a lot of the professors at Quinnipiac know about me starting this company, and they're supportive of it. So. Oh,
of course. You're a hard worker. All right, is there any way to scale this up to go on Shark Tank one of these days?
I would definitely be open to.
Are you thinking about that?
The only thing about Shark Tank is I think it looks to more unique products, as opposed to something that there's no barriers to entry.
I think you have a unique story, so never say never. How do you, after you graduate with a civil engineering degree, how is this all going to fit in to your future, do you think? Are you going to have 2 separate worlds?
I think it'll probably be kind of split down the middle. I don't see, as of now, this becoming a full-time thing as much as I would love it to be. But I think doing civil engineering as a more full-time occupation and then doing this on the side would be a successful route.
And I know you've told us before, but for those who have not seen you on Nyberg before, how did all this start?
It started in high school. I started just making things when I was younger. I'm an Eagle Scout, so I learned the woodworking craft during scouting. And then what I did is during the pandemic, I turned it into a business by starting to post things on Facebook and on my website, and it kind of just snowballed from there.
And what's to come beyond everything else you're making? This is new too. This comes in a couple of parts, right?
Yeah, so it's starting to be, I'm starting to be more creative with the different things that I make, and more custom, so people could get custom ornaments, and, you know, more home decor stuff. So there's a wide range as opposed to just cutting boards or, you know, just one thing. I want to try to appeal to as many people as possible.
Well, we'll have to have you on again because your business just keeps growing and growing. How many orders have you done so far?
So far, I mean, the holiday season is getting very busy right now, but I mean, I've done probably, since I've started, a couple hundred.
Wow, and you're a full-time student.
Yeah.
The sky's the limit for you, Nick. Thank you so much for coming on and bringing all these gorgeous items that you're making.
Thank you.
All the luck in the world to you.
Thank you.
And to find out more about Planeta Woodworking, go to WTNH.com or the News 8 app.